Automatic cars were designed to make driving simple. No clutch to press, no gears to change, just shift into drive, and you're off. But while automatics save effort, they also hide a dark truth. One wrong habit behind the wheel can destroy the transmission, brakes, or even the engine. And the worst part? These mistakes are so common that millions of drivers are doing them every single day without realizing the damage. That's why in this video, we're counting down 19 automatic car mistakes that are secretly costing you thousands of dollars. Some of these are so small, you'll be shocked they can ruin your car. But if you avoid them, you could save yourself years of headaches and a ton of money. 19. Resting your hand on the gear lever. Most drivers don't even think about this. You're cruising along, one hand on the wheel, the other hand resting casually on the gear lever. Seems harmless, right? Wrong. That tiny bit of pressure puts strain on the shift forks inside the transmission. Over time, this causes unnecessary wear. If the parts inside get damaged, you could be looking at a repair bill of over $1,000. The easy fix? Keep both hands on the wheel where they belong. 18. Ignoring transmission fluid. Everyone knows you need to change your engine oil, but most people forget about transmission fluid. The fluid is what keeps the gears running smoothly and prevents overheating. Once it gets dirty or runs low, shifting becomes rough, and your transmission slowly eats itself alive. Rebuilding a failed transmission can cost anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000. Compare that to a $150 fluid change, and it's clear which is cheaper. 17. Switching between drive and reverse without stopping. We've all seen it. Someone's in a rush. They throw their car into reverse while it's still rolling forward, or into drive while it's still moving backward. This sends a violent shock through the transmission. Do it enough times, and your transmission's lifespan gets cut in half. Always let the car come to a full stop before shifting. It takes 2 seconds and could save you thousands. 16. Driving with low fuel. Some people think driving on E is no big deal, but with automatics, it's a disaster waiting to happen. The fuel pump sits inside the tank, and it relies on gasoline to stay cool and lubricated. Run low too often, and the pump sucks in dirt and overheats. Replacing it costs $400 to $800. Keeping your tank at least 1/4 full is a cheap insurance policy. 15. Riding the brakes on downhills. On steep hills, many automatic drivers lightly press the brake pedal all the way down. It feels safe, but what you're really doing is overheating your brakes. Pads, rotors, and calipers wear out fast this way. Worse, overheated brakes can fail completely. Instead, shift into a lower gear and let the engine slow you down. Your brakes will last longer, and you'll stay safer. 14. Not using the parking brake. Most people park their automatic cars and just rely on P, but inside your transmission, the only thing holding the car in place is a tiny metal pin called the parking pawl. On a slope, the full weight of your car presses against that small piece of metal. If it breaks, repairs can run into thousands. Using the parking brake every time takes 1 second and relieves all that pressure. 13. Launching hard at green lights. It's tempting to slam the gas as soon as the light turns green, but that sudden burst of power puts huge strain on the transmission and engine mounts. Do this daily, and you'll see premature wear. Smooth acceleration not only keeps your car healthy, but also saves you money on fuel. 12. Ignoring warning lights. Automatic cars have sensors for everything. When that transmission or check engine light comes on, it's not for decoration. Ignoring it can turn a small $200 problem into a $4,000 nightmare. Get the car scanned as soon as possible. Sometimes the fix is as simple as topping off fluids or replacing a sensor. 11. Resting your foot on the brake pedal. Some drivers keep their foot slightly on the brake just to be ready, but that keeps the brake lights on constantly, wears down your brake pads faster, and confuses drivers behind you. Over time, this habit will cost you hundreds in extra brake replacements. Instead, keep your foot off unless you're actually stopping. 10. Shifting into park before stopping. This mistake is shockingly common. People throw the car into park before it's completely stopped. What happens? The parking pal grinds against moving parts. If it breaks, the car can roll away, and your repair bill could be massive. Always let the car stop completely before shifting into park. 9. Overloading the car. Your car isn't a moving truck. Overloading with people or cargo makes the transmission and engine work much harder than they were designed to. This leads to overheating and early wear. You might save time by carrying everything in one trip, but you'll pay the price when your car breaks down. 8. Ignoring overheating signs. Ignoring overheating signs in an automatic car is one of the quickest ways to destroy your transmission. Heat is the #1 enemy of transmission fluid. Once the fluid burns, it loses its ability to lubricate, and the gears start grinding against each other. Common warning signs include a burning smell, slipping gears, delayed shifts, or a transmission warning light. If you keep driving, what could have been a small repair turns into a complete failure. A transmission rebuild can cost as much as a used car, so always stop and check before the damage gets out of control. 7. Driving in neutral downhill. Many drivers think putting the car in neutral downhill saves fuel. In reality, it doesn't. Modern fuel injection systems already save gas when coasting in gear. Plus, neutral reduces your control. You can't accelerate quickly in an emergency. Worse, it puts unnecessary strain on the transmission when you shift back. 6. Not warming up in cold weather. On freezing mornings, many people start the car and immediately drive off. The problem is that transmission fluid thickens in the cold. If you drive right away, the transmission works harder than it should. Giving it just 1 or 2 minutes to warm up makes shifting smoother and protects the system. 5. Holding the car on a hill with the accelerator. Instead of using the brake at a red light on a slope, some drivers keep the car from rolling back by pressing the gas. This overheats the transmission and stresses the torque converter. Over time, it leads to expensive repairs. Always use the brake pedal, or even better, the parking brake, on hills. 4. Skipping regular servicing. Automatic cars need more than just oil changes. They require fluid checks, filter replacements, and sometimes software updates. Skip these, and small problems build up until the car won't shift properly at all. Paying for service once or twice a year is far cheaper than paying for a transmission rebuild. 3. Using the wrong transmission fluid. Not all transmission fluids are the same. Using the wrong one is like putting diesel in a gasoline car. It can ruin seals and clutches inside the gearbox. Always check your owner's manual before a refill. A single mistake can cost you thousands. 2. Slamming the brakes. Constantly. Emergency stops are unavoidable sometimes, but turning it into a driving style is costly. Automatic cars with ABS and electronic braking systems rely on smooth input. Constant slamming wears out not just pads and rotors, but also shocks and tires. Smooth, controlled braking is cheaper and safer. 1. Thinking automatics are maintenance-free. Here's the biggest myth: that automatic cars don't need as much care as manuals. The truth is the opposite. Automatic transmissions are more complex and far more expensive to fix. If you neglect fluids, ignore warning signs, and drive carelessly, you could end up paying more than your car is worth. Automatic cars are convenient, but convenience doesn't mean indestructible. By avoiding these 19 mistakes, you can extend your car's life, save thousands of dollars, and drive with peace of mind. Now, be honest. How many of these mistakes have you been guilty of? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more smart car tips that can save you money every single day.